When you first start looking into fishing tackle, there's so many options it can feel overwhelming and item after item just stacks up. So it can be good to simplify your options. When you're fishing on lakes, or fisheries especially, I think there are three main tactics that you can use. Fishing with a bomb, fishing with a float, and fishing with a feeder. And I've got a rig that combines all three. But before we dive into this, I just want to remind you guys that this channel is really new, so if you subscribe, that'll be a great help to us. This rig is really simple to tie. Besides the float, weight, or feeder that you want to use, all you need to tie it is some float stops, a quick chain swivel, and a hook. Okay, so the first thing to do is slide 2 float stops onto your line. You do this by threading your line through the metal loop on the float stop holder, and then pushing the float stop onto the line. The next component to add is the quick chain swivel. You got to do this by poking the line through the small ring on the swivel. And now you can thread 2 more float stops onto your line to trap the swivel and stop it from moving. Next, you need to tie a loop at the end of the main line. This is so you can swap between hook lengths if you want. Hook lengths are useful to quickly change different elements near the hook. For example, the strength of the line near the hook, as well as the hook size. They're pretty easy to tie. All you need is to tie a loop at one end and your chosen hook at the other. You can attach the hook length to the rest of your rig using a loop-to-loop knot. To do this, try and follow me here. Thread your main line through the loop of the hook length, and then your hook through the loop of the main line. And to complete the rig, all you need to do is attach your chosen item to the quick chain swivel. And great, you've completed the rig. Now let's go into a bit more detail about how to fish with a float, a weight, and a feeder. The simplest method by far is to fish with a weight. All you need to do is cast out to your chosen spot and feed bait around it to attract fish in. To fish correctly with a float, it can be a little trickier because you need to find how deep the water is you're fishing at. We call it plumbing up. And to do it, you'll need a plummet. You can attach it to your line by putting your hook through the loop of the plummet and then hooking it into the foam or cork at the base of the plummet to secure it. To get this right, you need to have the right length of line between your hook and the float. So when you cast out, you should just be able to see the tip. If you can't see the float, then you're fishing too shallow. If you can see too much of the float, then that means you're fishing too deep. It's important to get this right to get the right presentation so you can catch more fish. Okay, let's move on to the feeder. It's basically a weight, but it gives you space to be able to pack in bait so you can have a tighter presentation around your hook bait. What this rig is great for is giving you choice so you can swap between these methods. And as you experiment and catch more fish, that's what will make you a better angler. And so I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then please consider subscribing and liking the video. And we'll see you in the next one.